Hi friends, here we discuss about Indian history chronology and we start from the Indian ancient history timeline roughly tells about the beginning of the earliest cultures, agricultures and civilization in the country. It was during this period that the pre-Aryans, the Indo-Aryans, the Greek, the Hunas, the Scythians, etc. invaded India and made it their homeland. Let us talk about medieval. The Indian medieval history timeline begins with the 8th century, where there was political disunity in different parts of the country. Important dynasties such as Khaljis, Tughlaq, Mughals were established during this period. And the next part talk about modern. The Indian modern history timeline marks the arrival of Europeans one after the other and beginning of their commerce at large scale. The series of historic events, right from falling under the British rule to achieving independence, comes under the modern history timeline. Let us talk about ancient history. Ancient history means prehistory to 700 Common Era, and ancient history is subcategorized into more important subtopics. And the first topic, the period of Paleolithic. Period of Paleolithic is 2 million BC to 10,000 BC, and it is subcategorized into some points. First is limestone based fire starting tools. Next is eggs from ostrich age, and the next is Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh, Hunsgi, Kurnool, caves, Narmada Valley, Hathnoda, Madhya Pradesh, Kalarji are all the important Paleolithic sites period of the. Let us talk about Mesolithic age, which is 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC, and it is also subcategorized into some point. First is domestication of animals like cattle rearing began as a result of major climatic change, and the next is Brahmagiri, Mysore, Narmada, Vindhya, Gujarat microliths. Let us talk about Neolithic age, which is 8,000 BC to 4,000 BC. It is also subcategorized into some point. First is agriculture began when the wheel was discovered. Next is an early settlement called Inamgaon. Next is Burjahom, Kashmir, Gufkral, Kashmir, Mehergarh, Pakistan, Chiran, Bihar, Daojali, Herding, Tripura, Assam, Koldiva, Uttar Pradesh. Next point is Mahagada, Uttar Pradesh, Hallur, Andhra Pradesh, Piyampalli, Andhra Pradesh, Maski, Kodekal, Sangana, Kalleir, Utnur, Takkala Kota are important Neolithic sites. Brahmagiri and Adichanallur are megalithic sites. Let us talk about Chalcolithic age, which is 4000 BC to 1500 BC. It is also subcategorized into some point. First is the age of copper. Next is it's possible that it's from the Bronze Age, Indus Valley Civilization, BC 2700 to BC 1900. Bronze equal to copper plus tin. Next point is Brahmagiri, Nawada Toli, Narmada region, Mahisadal, West Bengal, and Chirand also have civilization, Ganga region. Let us talk about Iron Age. It is also subcategorized into some points. First point is Vedic period, Aryan arrival BC 1600 to BC 600, nearly 1000 years from the arrival of the Aryan. Basic books of Hinduism like Vedas were composed, might have written down later. Next point is Buddhism and Jainism are two different religions. Next point is on the banks of the Ganga, the Mahajanpadas were a major civilization after the Indus Valley. Next point is Bimbisara of the Haryanka Kula, Sisunga dynasty, Kalashoka, Magad Empire, Kakavarnin. Next point is Mahapadmananda and Dhanananda were the rulers of the Nanda Empire. Next point is Alexander the Great, Persian Greek 327 BC. Let us talk about Empire of the Mauryans, and that is lies between 321 BC to 185 BC, and it is also subcategorized into some point. First is Chandragupta was a powerful emperor in the Mauryan Empire. Ashoka, Maurya, Bindusara. Next point is Shunga 181 BC to 71 BC. Kanva 71 BC to 27 BC, Kanva 71 BC to 27 BC, Satavahanas 235 BC to 100 BC, Indo-Greeks, Parthians 19 to 45 AD, Sakas 90 BC to 150 AD, Kusanaj, Parthians 78 AD, Chola, Chera and Pandya kingdoms in South India BC 300. Next point is classical period Gupta kingdom 300 AD to 800 AD. Next point is important ruler under the Gupta dynasty Gupta Samudra, Indian Napoleon, Guptas of the post-Gupta era. Vakatakas, Pallavas and Chalukyas, Harshvardhana, Vakatakas, Pallavas, Chalukyas, Hunas, Matrikas, Rajputs, Senas and Chauhans are also among them. Let us talk about medieval history, which is lies between 700 Common Era to 1857 Common Era. The first point is Muhammad bin Qasim is attacked by the Pratiharas, Pallas and Rashtrakutas around AD 800 to 1200 AD 712. The next point is Islam's and Sufism ascension. Next point is Muhammad Ghazni was born in the city of Ghazni in AD 1000 to 1027. Next point is Gori Muhammad AD 1175 to 1206. Next point is South Indian kingdoms Bahmani and Vijayanagara were two of the most powerful kingdoms in medieval India. Next point is Sultanate of Delhi 1206 AD to 1526 AD. Next point is during the Delhi Sultanate the following dynasties flourished one after the other. Next point is Mughals AD 1526 to AD 1857, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty. Next point is Mughals from Babur 1526 to Aurangzeb 1707 were more powerful than earlier Mughals and so were known as the Great Mughals. Next point is later Mughals were Mughals who governed from 1707 to 1857. Next point is arrival of Europeans, other North Indian kingdoms, Marathas and Sikhs. Let us talk about modern history, that is lies after post 1857 Common Era. And the first point is First War of Indian Independence 1857. Next is formation of Indian National Congress 1885. Next is formation of Muslim League 1906. Next is Non-Cooperation Movement 1920. Next is Civil Disobedience Movement 1930. Next is Quit India Movement 1942. Next is Partition of India 1947. Next is Constitutional Development of India 1946 to 1950. Next is Economic Development of India. Next is Wars India-Pak formation of Bangladesh, India, China. Next is New Economic Policy of 1991. And the timeline of Indian history, this point is discussed in our next session. Thank you.